Good afternoon, one and all. This is Dr. Mahesh M. Vanjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. So this class is scheduled for MBA Semester 4 students in the subject of Supply Chain Management. So today what we are going to learn is from Unit 3, Designing the Supply Chain Network, Chapter number 4, Designing the Distribution Network in a Supply Chain. So before the lockdown, when the classes were going on, some small part of the chapter was already covered. So today I am going to quickly review what was already discussed. In this chapter, we are going to learn the role of distribution in supply chain, factors influencing distribution network design, design options for a distribution network, e-business and the distribution networks in practice, and then we are going to summarize the objectives. Okay, so this is what already is covered, but though I will take a quick review of what is already discussed. So first part, we are going to learn the role of distribution in the supply chain. So if you remember in semester 1 marketing management, we have already learned about the distribution. So distribution is the means through which finished products reach from the place of production to the place of consumption. So in a traditional distribution channel, generally there can be a couple of stages like manufacturer to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, and retailer to consumer. So let us see what is the role of these distribution channels in a supply chain. We're also going to learn about the distribution of online companies in the supply chain in this chapter. So defining distribution. Distribution is the steps taken to move or store a product from the supplier stage to the consumer stage in a supply chain. So for example, if a Nestle factory is there in Goa, is Kusgaon. Okay, so if they make Maggi noodles in Goa, so there are consumers all over the market. So from Goa, the products reach to distributor in Hubballi, and the distributor in Hubballi covers the area of Hubballi and supplies to all the retailers. And from those retail stores, okay, so all the consumers go to the store and pick up the products or purchase the products from retailer. So this is how it exactly works. So after knowing this, we can say distribution directly affects the cost and consumer experience and therefore drives profitability of a supply chain. So if a company can keep the cost of distribution lower, its overall supply chain profits will be higher. Okay. Choice of distribution network can achieve supply chain objectives from low cost to high responsiveness. Say for example, if you look at the example of Dell and Hewlett Packard. Okay, so initially Hewlett Packard sold its standard personal computers to customers through retailers. Okay, so when a company sells products through retailers, the responsiveness is very high because, okay, when you visit a store, select a product, and the moment you make the payment, the product will be delivered to you instantly. So we say the responsiveness is very high. But Dell initially adopted a different business model, okay, where it did not sell its products through personal computers through retailers, but they sold it through their website and telemarketing team. Okay, so here, so once you configure your customer on Dell's website and place an order, it will take some time for Dell to deliver the goods. But selling directly without middlemen decreases the distribution costs. So thus, in Dell's case, the supply chain was fairly low cost or efficient. And in Hewlett Packard case, the distribution channel or supply chain was highly responsive. This is how you can learn the role of distribution in a supply chain and how choice of distribution network can achieve efficiency or responsiveness of a supply chain. Gaurisha, you have muted all the participants, including me. Okay, now I have unmuted it. Okay. Okay, so I'll continue our class with the factors influencing distribution network design. So we have a fair idea of what is distribution network and how it affects the efficiency and responsiveness of a supply chain. So distribution network performs evaluated along two dimensions at the highest level. The one is customer needs that are met and the other is cost of meeting those customer needs. So distribution network design options must therefore be compared according to their impact on customer service and cost to provide this level of service. So for example, when you sell through wholesalers and retailers, the responsiveness is highest, but the cost is maximum. When you sell online directly to the customers through a company website or through telemarketing, the cost is lower. So these factors have to be taken into consideration. Okay, so these factors, if you remember, were already discussed. So I'll just brief them now. So the factors that have influence on distribution network design, elements of customer service which are influenced by network structure. Briefly, I will review. Response time. If you use a traditional distribution channel and you sell through wholesalers and retailers, the response time will be very minimal. And when you sell online, it will take some time for the company to deliver the goods to the doorstep. Say in case of Amazon and Flipkart, from 5 to 7 days standard. Product variety. Since in an online channel, the inventory is virtual, so an online retailer can maintain a large variety of products, whereas due to the limited space in a store, a retailer can maintain limited variety of the products. And product availability is also enhanced on online channel compared to a store-based channel. But in customer experience is very rich when a customer visits the store, touches and feels the products, okay, then makes a purchase. In case of ready-made apparels, say for example a jeans or a t-shirt or shoes, a customer can wear it and try it out, so then he can purchase, which is not possible in online channel. So customer experience is poor compared to store-based channel in online. So order visibility. So in case of store-based channel, so it is very easy. The moment you place the order, the goods are delivered or handed over to you. But in case of online channel, the order visibility is slightly complicated, but due to the enhanced softwares, the company makes your order visible by way of sending SMS and emails to your account. Then returnability is also easy in case of store-based channels, where you meet all the terms and conditions of returnability. So slightly it is complicated process and adds to additional cost in an online channel. So this is what we have discussed so far. Okay. Now, before I go ahead with the next part, okay, so that is how response time and number of facilities are related. So I'd like to take question from your side. So I'm going to unmute you all. Please remember, only those students who have a question, please ask your question, get it clarified, and immediately mute your audio and do not create noise. Okay, so you can speak now so far if you have any questions.
Wow.
Okay, anybody has a question? Any questions so far? Okay. Meghana, can you hear me?
Yeah, sir. I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Whether the video and audio is clear?
Yeah, sir. It's clear and it's audible.
Okay, very good. That's good. So if no student has any
Okay,
question,
sir.
then I'm going to mute you all again. Okay, and I'll continue.
Yes, sir. Continue.
Okay, now, so we'll learn how response time and number of facilities are related. Response time here is once the order is placed, okay, how quickly the customer order is delivered to the customer. So as I explained, in case of store-based distribution channel, the moment you pick a product and make the payment, the product is handed over to you on the spot. So the response time is fastest. But when it comes to e-tailers like Flipkart and Amazon in India, okay, so once you place the order, they take some time, ranging from somewhere between 5 to 7 days, which is standard, okay, to deliver your product. So let us see how Amazon and Flipkart delivers the goods to doorsteps. So these companies, retailers, will have warehouses at strategic locations all over the market. That is, in this case, in our country. Okay. So from each warehouse, when we place an order, each order is sent to a nearest warehouse, and the ordered stock keeping unit is identified from the nearest warehouse. And from that nearest warehouse, the ordered product is dispatched, it travels, and then it reaches to your doorsteps. Thus, it takes certain time. Okay, so if a company wants to, like Flipkart or Amazon, if a company wants to fasten the response time or reduce the response time, so they need to have more number of facilities. So when I say more number of facilities, I'm talking about the number of warehouses. So let us discuss that. So what you can see here, so on the y-axis, it is the number of facilities, which is nothing but, in case of e-commerce companies, the number of warehouses I'm talking. And along the x-axis, it is the response time, which goes on increasing. So what you can see here is, as the number of facilities, okay, goes on increasing, you can see here the response time is very lower. And as the number of facilities goes on declining, okay, so this talks about lower number of warehouses. So we are talking about, at this point of the curve, we are talking about a retailer having lowest number of warehouses. So where the response time will be very high. Means it will take a longer time for the goods to be delivered to the customer doorsteps once the order is placed. Okay. So a decrease in response time increases number of facilities. So if instead of 7 days, if a e-commerce company wants to deliver the goods within 3 to 4 days, for example, it means they have to increase the number of facilities. Say for example, it is just for example, okay. So if it takes 5 to 7 days for an e-commerce company to deliver from one of its warehouses from Bengaluru for North Karnataka district customers, okay. So if this company wants to reduce the response time, it can have one more warehouse in North Karnataka. So all the orders that are placed from North Karnataka will be redirected to the warehouse in North Karnataka, and the goods can be delivered within 2 to 3 days from the date of order. So the examples for this we are considering is Flipkart versus Crossword bookstores. Okay, so Crossword bookstores. Okay, so when they started, they had around 87 stores in India. So now Crossword bookstores have been closed down, for your information, but when they were operating, they had about 87 stores. Okay, so the number of facilities in case of Crossword bookstores was very high. Okay, compared to very few warehouses of Flipkart. So the moment a customer walks into a Crossword bookstore and picks a product, picks a book and makes the payment, instantly the product or book was delivered to the customer. So response time was very fast. But whereas once you place an order on Flipkart for the same book, it would take about 5 to 7 days, okay, for the book to deliver, as the warehouse was far away from the customer. Okay, so similar US example, Amazon.com, it had about 6 warehouses versus Borders. It's a bookstore in US which had about 400 stores. So with the Borders bookstore, the number of facilities were high and the response time was very lower. And Amazon with just 6 warehouses. Okay, so the number of warehouses were very few and the response time was very higher. Okay, so this is how response time and number of facilities are related. So if you have any query, when I pause again, you can ask the question regarding this. Okay, now these are the types of distribution network or the design options for a distribution network. Okay, so these are basically from manufacturer to consumer. So there are 6 different design options for a company, which you can choose or it can use a combination of them. But we are going to study them separately one by one. Manufacturer storage with a direct shipping. Second, manufacturer storage with a direct shipping and in-transit merge. Third, distributor storage with carrier delivery. Fourth, distributor storage with last mile delivery. 5, manufacturer or distributor storage with consumer pickup. And 6, the traditional channel retail storage with consumer pickup. So we all are very familiar with the 6th type of distribution network, which is retail storage with customer pickup. So I'll explain that first. Then thereafter, I will explain manufacturer storage with direct shipping. Okay. So retail storage with customer pickup is the most traditional type of distribution channel from where most of us purchase. Say for example, if you want to buy Colgate toothpaste, I would go to the nearby retail store, okay, and pick up a product from the retail store. And this retailer will be supplied by a wholesaler in the designated area, and the wholesaler will be supplied from the manufacturer. So basically the inventory is stored locally in the retail stores, and customers can walk into the retail store and pick up the items easily. And local storages increases inventory and facility cost. So if you look at the previous example of a Crossword, old example it is, though stores are closed now. Okay, or the American example of Amazon 6 warehouses versus 400 bookstores of Borders. Okay, so as the number of stores increases, the inventory also increases and the facility costs also increases. This results in the overall increase in the supply chain cost. Though it increases the responsiveness, quick delivery, but it also increases the overall supply chain cost and affecting the profitability of supply chain. This type of a distribution network provides faster response time than any other type of distribution network, and it is suitable for very fast moving items. So if we look around the stores that we visit, it is very easy for us to know that most of the Kirana stores, okay, are selling fast moving consumer goods like soap, shampoo, toothpaste, detergents, groceries, kitchen items, and so on. Okay, so that was simple. Now we'll move on to the other types of distribution networks. Okay, with manufacturer storage, with the direct shipping. It's all direct shipping is also called as a drop shipping. Please remember the term. So I'll explain briefly what is manufacturer storage with direct shipping. So first I'll go to the points. Okay. So manufacturer storage with direct shipping means the inventory will be held centrally by the manufacturer. Okay. So this provides the benefit of centralized inventory and help the company achieve economies of scale and thus bring down the inventory carrying costs and thus increases the overall supply chain profits. But transportation costs are very high as inventory is held centrally and has to be dispatched to all stores throughout the market. So for this purpose, package carriers are used to ship the product. Package carriers are nothing but, okay, the third party logistic providers. In India, we are aware about VRL Logistics, for example, Blue Dart, for example. Now even the multinational companies have entered Indian logistics market like UPS and Federal Express. These are the package carriers which are used. So basically the discussion is turning towards, okay, the online retailers. Basically the online retailers are using this kind of a distribution network. So since the inventory is held centrally and it takes time for the goods to travel from the central warehouse to the customer destination, it takes a longer response time. But as I discussed earlier, it brings down the logistics cost. Okay, and the level of product variety is also high as centralized inventories will hold a large variety of, okay, stock and maintain a wider variety. So what kind of businesses or what kind of products this type of a distribution network is suitable? So usually this kind of a distribution network is suitable for low demand but high value items for which customers are willing to wait. Okay, say for example a music CD, okay, for example a book, for example, okay. So it is not a matter of urgency for the customer. So customers are willing to wait. Okay, so and the size of the product is also quite small, but whereas the value might be, for example, a Blu-ray disc, for example, worth 1,000 rupee, or a book worth 500 rupee. So the value is high, the size is smaller. So for such low demand and high value items for which customers are willing to wait, this type of a distribution network suits. Now having understood this, let us see how this, okay, network actually functions. Okay, so these are the manufacturers. Okay, so in my example, I have considered Excel Movies. So in my example, I have considered Excel Movies, which manufactures and markets movie VCDs and movie DVDs. Okay, so there is one more manufacturer also, Penguin Books, okay, which publish books. Okay, and these publishers hold the inventory with them centrally, and when they sell through a retailer like Flipkart, okay, Flipkart only, okay, takes the order from the customer. So here I would like to make you clear, the dotted line represents the information flow and the solid line represents the product flow. So I hope things are clear. So say a customer, okay, Mahesh, places an order for a book, okay, via Flipkart, which is the e-tailer. So only information flows between the customer and the e-tailer. And this retailer, for example, Flipkart, places the same order with the manufacturer, say for example, Penguin Books or Excel Movies. So inventory is held centrally by these manufacturers. They arrange to send the product directly to the customer using third-party logistic provider or package carriers. So this is how exactly a manufacturer storage with a direct shipping works. So I hope it was easy to understand. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can ask it during the break, which I'm going to give after a couple of minutes. Okay. So now with that, we are going to the third type of distribution network, manufacturer storage with the direct shipping and in-transit merge network. Okay, so I repeat, manufacturer storage with a direct shipping and in-transit merge network. Okay. Okay. So in this type, the transportation costs are lower than drop shipping. Okay, so I hope if you remember this type, okay, the drop shipping method, manufacturer storage with direct shipping or drop shipping. So in manufacturer storage with the direct shipping and in transit merge network, transportation costs are lower than drop shipping or lower than the previous type of distribution network. How? I'll explain. All other benefits are similar to that of drop shipping or the previous type of distribution network. Okay, but an increase in coordination is required in this type of distribution network. Okay, so let us see how this type of a distribution network works. Say for example, Dell has a assembly plant in Texas, okay, and Sony has monitor personal computer monitor manufacturing plant in Mexico, okay, and let us say a customer places an order from anywhere in America. So Dell will have a location in between, okay, the manufacturing units and the customer. So typically these will be certain facilities. So let us say once a customer places an order for a Dell personal computer,